streaming on Twitch really lucrative for you? Hell no. I mean, I have like, I don't know, I had, when I came back from my 2 weeks off right now, right? I had like 150 subs. Like, that's nothing. You know what I mean? Like, if I had 1,000 subs or 2,000 subs, then sure, you know, it'd be lucrative. But it's so hard. Forrest says, I've heard some sad stories of Twitch streamers giving up. I mean, that's what it is, dude. Like, even like, say Aris right now, right? Aris is big chillin'. He has like way more than enough subs, right? But at the same time, like, that's his life now, right? Like, it's a full-time job. Like, it's not a job in the sense that you have to go to work and you have a boss or anything. Like, you're your own boss, you know? You can do whatever you want on your stream. You're just having a good time. But at the same time, like, he's not even going to events anymore, like Combo Breaker or whatever. And a big part of that is like travel. Another part of that is like, if he goes to something like Combo Breaker, he's gonna take like 4 to 5 days off his stream, right? So that kind of pressure when you're a streamer to stay on and keep your grind going so that you can keep your channel growing is so draining for me. I mean, you guys, a lot of you guys here know, when I before I went off to write the Smash 4 guides, I had like 93 subs or something. You know, I was like closing in on 100 subs. This was years ago, right? Years and years ago, 4 to 5 years ago, probably, right? Whenever the hell Smash 4 came out, a year before that, because that's when I started working on the guide for it. And I was like close to like 90 something subs, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to stay in Seattle a lot to make this strategy guide. A lot of it was like I was like in Nintendo's office, like secure location. You know, you can't have access to whatever, you know, whatever. Writing these strategy guides for this game, and it took up like 6 months, 6 to 8 months. So for 6 to 8 months, I think I had 1 or 2 streams in the entire period, and my sub count went from 93 or whatever it is down to like 7. You know, and at the time I was like, wow, that's crazy. But of course that happens, right? If you're not streaming, people unsub, they'll send their sub to someone else who they're regularly watching. So that was when I noticed it. But that hit to my stream, like losing literally, you know, 80-90% of my subs, made me really reconsider how much I put into streaming, right? Because if you can just go away for 6 months and all of a sudden lose everything, you're like, oh shit, well, better keep it going, you know? Like, even right now, for me to travel for 2 weeks, I traveled for two and a half weeks, right? And I lost 25% of my subs. 25% of your subs in 2.5 weeks is like, what the fuck, dude? Like, if that was my job, if that was my only job, that's like insane. Aris probably makes hella cash for streaming. He has at least 3K subs plus like 500 donations per stream. No, yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. He's chilling right now, Kubelius, right? And like, that's what I'm saying. He's fine. But at the same time, is Twitch gonna be around in 3 years? Is Twitch gonna be around in 5 years? Like, if I was him, I would definitely like get as much of it as I could right now while it's here, because there's no guarantee that any of this sticks around. Do you guys think Twitch will be the thing in 10 years? Like, literally 10 years from now. You know? I don't know. 3,000 subs are way too much, dude. I don't think so. There are people with way more subs than that. Like, there are definitely people with like 10,000 subs, right? Yeah. Forrest says, or Java Style says, that's why Eric doesn't leave his house. Exactly. You can't, man. The pressure of that is like crazy. It's better than most jobs because you can do what you want, but I wouldn't call it a vacation. Most of the big streamers have some serious mental issues. Damn, Old Wise Pally. I mean, I know what you're saying. Like, I've read some articles about it. Like, the stress levels of being on all time is very draining for them. Like, for me right now, when I came home, I knew that I had lost a shitload of subs, right? I knew it, and I was like, well, I should stream, but I'm fucking tired. So I didn't stream. And then That was on Saturday. On Saturday, I really wanted to stream because I was like, dude, I've been gone for like 2.5 weeks. My sub count is dropping. I fucking like, so even I felt it at this level, right? Which is like a very small level in comparison to even someone like Aris. You know, who Aris is to me like a mid-level streamer in terms of his sub count and everything, right? And then I decided, you know what? I'm just not gonna stream. And then last night, I didn't really want to stream, but I was like, you know what? I got nothing else to do. I'm really done. I'm just fucking gonna stream. And then the damn internet didn't work, so it sucked. So yeah, I'm chilling. I'm chilling. It's nice. I'd rather be able to do everything a little bit, you know. I'd rather like be able to stream a little bit. Like tonight was a lot of fun for me. And then this weekend in a couple days, I'm gonna go to E-League, and that's gonna be fun because it's always fun. And then next week I'll get to hang out at E3. You know, like while E3 is going on, I don't have to be thinking about like, damn, I gotta be home streaming. You know, it's like I think I'm in like it's like a decently not stressful kind of place. You know, last year when Tekken 7 came out, actually, if you guys remember, like I would have regularly over 1,000 viewers, right? And I started like getting worried about it. I was like, what do I do with this? You know, like, am I supposed to convert these people to like my stream full time? And like I even called Aris one time. I was like, dude, what's the strat here? You know, and you know, slowly over the months, like as Tekken 7 died off, so did my stream, and I was like, whew, you know, like thank God. So yeah. Do you think starting to stream is still worth it in 2018? It depends, man. It's so hard. Like, it depends what you're doing it for. Like, if you're saying you're starting to stream because you want to be financially successful at streaming, you really have to be committed to being like a full-time streamer. Like, you got to have a schedule. You got to stream every day for at least, I would say, 3 hours. Right? 2 to 3 hours. Minimum 2 hours, but even 2 hours is not enough, really. I think you need 3 hours a day, every day. If you're going to do that, I think you can be a successful streamer. You also have to have, like, a little bit of a hookup, right? Like, you got to have something that sells yourself. You can't just be like, well, I see all these people on Twitch, and I'm going to do what they're doing because I think I could do it better. And then you go on Twitch, and you say, hey, I'm streaming now. Hopefully the world would come watch me. You know, like, that's not how it works. You got to have some kind of selling point before that. For example, like, let's say Kizzy K, right? Just because he was in the chat earlier. He's got a selling point because he's already Kizzy K. People know of him, right? He's got some kind of social media following on Twitter or whatnot. So you can tell people, like, hey, you guys know me. I'm streaming on Twitch, right? So you need something like that. Because otherwise, it's really hard. But in 2018, I think there's a lot of people who could still do it, yeah. Somebody else asked me a question, I missed it. Why did you start, Rip? Why did I start streaming? It's an interesting question. Yeah, I think I started streaming back in, I don't remember. I think it was Devastation 2011. One of the Twitch staff, one of the original OG's Twitch staff, like first 10 people in the company, they offered me a contract. Like, I just happened to be talking with Gutex and this guy, and Gutex like, hey, this is the guy, and he was like, hey, this is Rip. He does like tech and stuff. You know, if you guys are hitting me up for Street Fighter, you should hit him up for tech and stuff. This is when my YouTube channel was kicking off pretty good, right? And so they were like, oh yeah, hey, we're Twitch and we're interested in bringing you on board. We'll just give you a partnership, you know, because fuck it, basically. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. You just give me a partnership. And I was like, all right. So I just did it. I signed a contract. And then I became a Twitch partner. But I didn't touch Twitch for like a year after that. So I was a partnered Twitch streamer without ever having streamed. And then a year later, there's like, I think WCG for Tekken or some shit happened. And I was like, yeah, I'll try streaming this. I think I have enough bandwidth. You know, I had like a capture card. This is like 2011 or 12 or some shit, right? So it was like forever ago. And, you know, capture cards and stuff weren't very common I had some equipment because we were doing the YouTube stuff. So that happened, and then what happened after that? I think Tekken Tag 2. When Tekken Tag 2 came out on PS2 is when I decided I'm going in. And I remember one of my first Twitch streams was on Tekken 6, and I just said, "Hey guys, I'm gonna stream some Tekken 6 right now." And I didn't even have a webcam. I just turned on the stream, and I remember, I'll never forget, because it's what happened. Like, Sherry Jennings posted on Facebook that I was streaming Tekken, and all of a sudden I had like 60 people in my chat. Right, this is like one of my first streams ever, and I had like 60 people in the chat watching me play Tekken 6, and it was hilarious because it's the stuff I'd done in the arcade forever. You know, like, you guys still hear it. I do the same thing now that I did back then. You know, like, I hit someone with a death fist and I grunt like Paul, right? It's just like, it feels so good. But at the time, you know, 6-7 years ago, the majority of the country hadn't or seen or heard. I'm not even saying the whole country was watching, like 60 people, right? But from all around the country who weren't at Super Arcade were watching me do this and go like, what the fuck? You know, like, so it's funny, right?